Behind the shortest international border in the world lies a tale of clashing empires, piracy and disputed territory. This is the story of Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera, a Spanish speck on the coast of Morocco. Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera is a rocky outpost in the Mediterranean which holds a storied history marked by territorial disputes and strategic significance. The location was once an island, but in 1934 a massive storm deposited a permanent sandspit that joined the rocky outcrop to the Moroccan mainland. What resulted was a 279-foot, or 85-metre, border. But let's go further back to the beginning of the saga of Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera. The story begins in the early 16th century when Spanish forces, under the command of Pedro Navarro, seized control of the islet in 1508. The motivation behind this move was to establish a defensive stronghold in the region during the broader context of the Reconquista, a period when the Spanish sought to reclaim territory from the Muslim Moors who dominated the Iberian Peninsula. The Peñón, perched off the coast of Morocco, became a crucial part of Spain's maritime defences, guarding against both North African corsairs and rival European powers. Over the centuries it endured several attacks and sieges, with attempts to dislodge Spanish control proving unsuccessful. This struggle solidified Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera's reputation as a formidable fortress. In the 17th century, during the long-lasting conflict between Spain and the Ottoman Empire, the Peñón witnessed heightened military activity. The strategic location of the islet made it a focal point in the geopolitical chessboard of the time. Despite numerous challenges, including a failed attempt by the Moors to recapture it in 1564, Spanish control persisted. The 19th century brought about a renewed interest in Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera as geopolitical dynamics evolved. During the Spanish-Moroccan War of 1859-60, tensions flared between the two nations. The Treaty of Wad Rus, signed in 1860, addressed some of these issues, but left the status of the Peñón ambiguous. The subsequent years saw a relative period of calm, with the islet maintaining its status as a Spanish exclave. It is not the only Spanish possession on the coast of Morocco either, with the larger Melilla and Ceuta also jutting into the Mediterranean on the African side of the sea. However, the 20th century brought new challenges. In 1934, Spain and France signed the Treaty of Fez, which sought to demarcate their respective zones of influence in North Africa. Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera, lying just outside the designated Spanish zone, found itself at the centre of renewed disputes. Despite Morocco's claim to the territory, Spain continued to assert its control. The latter half of the 20th century witnessed increased tensions over the Peñón. In the early 1960s, Spain reinforced its military presence on the islet, heightening the territorial dispute with Morocco. In fact, the only population on the territory now are Spanish military personnel who, along with all supplies, have to be helicoptered in. Historically, the strategic value of the Peñón was in controlling maritime routes and guarding against smuggling. There is still no change in this significance and, moreover, Spain is just as keen to keep hold of the tiny exclave. This is likely to do with the more valuable possessions of Ceuta and Melilla, whose legal status as Spanish territory are the same as Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera. In 2002, Spain faced a renewed challenge to its sovereignty over the Peñón. A group of Moroccan soldiers, disregarding the territorial status quo, occupied the islet. This event marked a significant escalation in a long-standing dispute. However, Spain swiftly reasserted control, maintaining its presence on the territory. The territorial status of Peñón de Vélez de la Gomera remains a contentious issue in the 21st century. While Spain maintains de facto control, Morocco continues to assert its claim over the islet. The dispute reflects broader geopolitical tensions and historical legacies of imperialism in the region. It is interesting to note the ire of Spain that Britain maintains control of Gibraltar, ceded in the 1713 Treaty of Utrecht following the War of Spanish Succession, when Spain does exactly the same with 3 parcels of land across the water. But this all serves to illustrate the muddled nature of borders and the legacy of former European imperial policies. They make for a fascinating story. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.